Welcome in Chapter 2, Matte Painting Projection. In this chapter, we will learn how to import a PSD file, break it down, and project the different elements on card on the 3D space to add a camera animation. Now, in this video, we will see how to import and break down a PSD file. Now, if you'd like to follow along, but you haven't completed the previous videos, you can open the file v8.nk in the nuke folder inside the material directory coming with this course. Alright, now let's go ahead and create a read node with the R key, and I will navigate to the material folder coming with this course. Inside the DMP folder, DMP for digital matte painting, I will open the dmp_course2.psd, which is the Photoshop file that we are going to use for the matte painting. So there we go. So we got a normal read node and I can hook up my viewer to it. And a good thing first is to make sure it looks the same as we have in the PSD file. So I will just look at it and switch to Photoshop, and yeah, it's the same thing. All right, great. So now we can see on the read node that we have the usual red, green, and blue channels. But we do have as well the little green square that tells me that there is extra layers in this read node. So let's have a look here if we do have extra layers. And yeah, we just don't have the RGBA, but we have asteroid BG, FG, MG, and so on. And this is great. So what are those names corresponding to? Well, if we go back to the PSD file, we will find those names here, because this is the name of all the layers. Alright, so this is great because it means that I will be able to access to those layers independently. And as we did in the previous course, Your First Shot in Nuke, I will be able to shuffle out those layers using the shuffle node. So for example, if I plug a shuffle node to my read node and I hook up my viewer to it, if I were to shuffle out just the planet, I could get only the planet here. Okay, but here we have something very convenient as well. When reading a PSD file, Nuke detects it's a PSD file and offer you that options, breakout layer. So let's see how it works. Let's click on that guy. Boom. So when you click on that button, Nuke detects all the layers in that PSD file and will break them down and reassemble them according to the PSD file. And so basically you will have all your shuffle node that shuffle you different layer, planet, asteroids, and so on. And here you will have not a regular merge node, as you know, but a PSD merge node. And what is the difference? Well, the PSD merge node will intend to recreate the same fusion mode as you use in Photoshop. Because if you look at the names here, they are different than the one that you have in a merge node here. Some of them may be similar, but sometimes, even if the name is similar, the mathematics behind the operation may be different. So here in that list, you will have the same fusion modes that you have in Photoshop here. Now, important things to do, as we did in the previous course, Your First Shot in Nuke, when doing a breakdown, it's important to compare the input and the output of the breakdown and to make sure it's the same. So I will plug my viewer to my read node here, and I will plug the input 2 of my viewer at the end of my breakdown, and I will zoom in a little bit, and now I will toggle between 1 and 2, and that will allow me to compare my inputs. And everything looks alike, so this is great. Alright, how am I going to work with this breakdown now? Well, I could do some space here and insert all my transform and color operation here before the merge nodes. This is a way of working with the PSD breakdown. If you just want to do, for example, a small adjustment, for example, let's say I want to increase a little bit the size of the planet. I will come here and up. There we go. Now the planet is a little bit bigger. So this is very handy to work that way if you just have small modifications to do. Otherwise, if it's for like a more advanced matte painting animation, I will recommend you to select the layers you need and recreate your own compositing tree. So I will delete that guy here for now. The first thing I'd like to do here is basically first to remove the layers I don't need. So for example, the shot zone, if I come here and disable that thing, is that black mask that just isolates the part of the shot that we are going to see. So I can remove that layer for now. I don't need it. So I will select all that node and disable them with the D key. And I don't need as well those two guys, which are the title informations. Here we have the vignettes, and I will disable it as well because I don't need it for now because I will recreate it myself. And this is it. I will need all the other layers. Okay, I will make a pause here and let's move on to the next video where we are going to reorganize our layers and remake our own tree to get prepared for the animation. See you there.